Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to We Exhibit 2025. We are about to start our first panel discussion of the day as well as the so let's start this panel discussion with the topic Rising Entrepreneurs of Sialkot. And I will give this mic to our panel now so they can, in brief words, introduce themselves and their business. So over to you.
Good afternoon and Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Rabia Nateem from Foz Rejuvenating Sialkot. I run an aesthetic clinic and a salon spa in Adif, Kent, and I'm very glad to be here and interacting with all of you.
Iran's first gender-focused cafe and a safe space for women. Yeah, thank you.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Dr. Soha Akhtar and I'm running an aesthetic clinic in Sialkot. Okay. I'm running an aesthetic clinic in Sialkot, Aura Skin and Laser Clinic. It is one of the kind aesthetic clinic in Sialkot. No one ever worked on the environment and aesthetics of a clinic or hospital ever before. So that's my introduction. That was it.
So we have with us both studio, the communal cafe, and the Aura laser and skin clinic. I'm sure इन सब के businesses का आपको पता होगा. यहाँ पे काफ़ी ख़वातीन हैं. आपने I'm sure most of you have visited Foz, the communal cafe, and Aura is something new and upcoming, and I'm sure a lot of women are aware about that. But along with your work, I would just like you to perhaps tell us about yourself beyond your work. I know कि माशाल्लाह आप सबकी क्या qualifications है, but if you could just let the audience know कि a bit about yourself, who you are, आप लोगों की qualifications क्या हैं, and आपने ये काम roundabout कब शुरू किया, कितना अर्सा हो गया?
Hello. So I started this Foz Studio basically is a venture of a spa, salon, and an aesthetic clinic. We started it as a home-based business about 10 years ago when we were very little. We were all in school. We're a team of 3 people, me and my 2 sisters, who you might know if you know me, Dr. Ramsha and Dr. Aisha. We started very young. We started as college students who were just doing this for fun, and we were running a small salon setup in our home. But eventually, with the great response that we got over the time period of some 8 years, we finally decided to go commercial, and now we're running a proper setup. We have a proper salon, a proper aesthetic clinic, where 2 of my sisters are practicing, and then we have a spa area. Me, myself, other than that, introducing myself beyond work, I think I'm just a girl who loves poetry, music, art, and I really do enjoy my work, and that is something I'm very passionate about, and it does reflect in my work, I believe.
So the communal cafe, I opened my cafe 3.5 years ago. My undergrad is from Goldsmiths University of London in Applied Social Sciences, Community Development and Youth Work. So I'm a community and youth practitioner, basically a humanitarian, an intersectional feminist. I stand for equality and justice. I think that's my identity, basically. And I think that reflects in my work as well. My master's is in gender studies. So how the idea came about, I graduated about 4 years ago now. I did my master's in 2020, November-ish. And soon as I came back, I knew that opening a cafe was something that I always wanted to do. But how it became what it is today is, I think it was a need of the society. I do believe that coexistence is the way forward for sure for men and women to be able to coexist in society. It's unfortunate that I had to choose segregation, but safety is a priority, and I believe every woman has the right to feel safe. And being in London, I think I felt a bigger void moving back was because we do not have access to these spaces. We can't even sit in peace and quiet and enjoy a cup of coffee being a woman, especially in Pakistan and especially in Sialkot. So that's how the idea came about. I wanted to open a cafe, and then I was like, what am I going to do about the crowd? What am I going to do about the crowd? What if I'm feeling unsafe in my space and just uncomfortable? So it just turned into a gender-focused project, combining both my degrees together and just giving a safe space to women, basically. So that's about it. Thank you.
Hi, I have done my MBBS from Sialkot Medical College, and then I got married and moved to Dubai in 2021. There I came with the concept of aesthetic medicine and field of cosmetology. I felt there is something there. I went many aesthetic clinics there, and people were being taken care of and being felt pampered. And that was something missing in Sialkot and in Pakistan, obviously. So I came up with a concept to start something जहाँ पे लोग आए उनको feel हो कि they are being pampered and they are being taken care of, not only as a patient. यहाँ पे जो concept है doctor और patient का relation वो एक scary सा relation है. तो मैं ये क्रिएट करना चाहती थी कि इट्स नॉट अ स्केरी रिलेशन, ये एक अच्छा बॉन्ड है जो डॉक्टर और पेशेंट को आपस में क्रिएट करना चाहिए. So other than my profession, I am a wife, I am a mother to a toddler, so it's a big story with the toddler and with growing business, obviously. Thank you so much, Fatma, for considering me here today. I'm new to this and I am new in Sialkot, starting my business almost 6 months ago. But the concept of Aura started in 2021 when I was just studying and I was pregnant at that time, and I was doing my courses, aesthetic courses, and I was pursuing my career in dermatology as well. Thank you so much.
Strong academic background, when you're so qualified, what was it about entrepreneurship or business per se जो आप इतने interested थे जो आपने कहा अच्छा कि I want to pursue this? Even for you, Soha, yes, you are a doctor at your aesthetic clinic, but the clinic is still a business. I think it's very important to note that the clinic itself is a business, and while you are a doctor, you're also pursuing or you're managing a business altogether. So if you could all give your perspective on why did you choose entrepreneurship?
Okay. I never thought to be an entrepreneur at the first. मैंने कभी भी नहीं सोचा था कि मैं entrepreneur बनूंगी, लेकिन I always wanted to be independent, financially independent. क्योंकि मेरे सामने हमेशा मेरी mother की example थी. She always raised us as a single parent. और she was very confident about us, हमेशा अच्छी life provide की हमें, और बहुत अच्छी life दी उन्होंने हमें. स्टिल उसके अलावा जो चीज़ थी वो ये थी कि वुमेन इटसेल्फ जो हैं वो उनके अंदर अलग, और उन्होंने मुझे हमेशा सपोर्ट किया कि व्हाई नॉट, यू शुड गो फॉर इट. और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आई स्टार्टेड इट. पीपल माइट हैव आस्क्ड मी कि तुम बहुत अर्ली कर रही हो, अभी इतनी जल्दी नहीं करो, लेकिन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आई स्टार्टेड इट एंड इट्स गोइंग ग्रेट.
And Rabia, can you give us your perspective?
Honestly, it's the same. I never thought that I would enter into entrepreneurship, let alone this particular line of business. But I always knew that financial independence is something that I always wanted for myself. And I do credit my parents a lot for this. Ever since we were little, our parents have always taught us that financial independence for women is something that gives you the freedom, the independence, and the confidence that comes with financial independence, you can never have that on any man's money. So I feel like that was my motivation. My mom always raised us to be independent in our own way from a very little age. So once we started FOS, from at the very base level, we still knew the first money that we made, that was motivation enough for us to keep on going. We needed that confidence, we needed that independence, and we needed that freedom to be ourselves and to do bigger things for ourselves. So I feel like entrepreneurship was accidental. It happened purely coincidental, but it's the best thing that could have ever happened to all of us.
I think I agree with both Rabia and Dr. Soha. Sorry, I forgot your name. 100%. I think financial independence is the main thing. I feel like safety, security, financial independence are, these two basic things are what I feel like अगर इस society में provide कर दी जाए ना लड़कियों को तो हमारा मुल्क पता नहीं कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँच जाए. Like 50% of our population is women. And I mean, I'm getting off topic, but anyways, entrepreneurship 100%, I don't think even I thought of it that I would becoming entrepreneur. I see myself still as a humanitarian और इसलिए शायद कभी कभार मुझे काम चलाने की समझ भी नहीं आती because I am literally a person who's all about equality and justice and I'm a giver. I just want to give it to people. I want to give it back to society because I feel like I'm very reflective of my privilege and positionality. So the space, the communal is basically a space of resistance. And it's a safe space. It's a space that's literally existing and resisting in a male-dominated society. And it's a space where women can literally scream and shout, basically. So, so yeah, entrepreneurship definitely accidental, but main thing obviously is that I see communal as a space of resistance and a space for justice.
I would like to perhaps pick your brains or मैं expertise में जाना चाहूँगी, सवाल पूछना चाहूँगी. And I would also perhaps request कि आप उर्दू में बोलें because I want this message, particularly the answers to my question, to perhaps reach a wider audience. So for my first question would be to you, Dr. Soha. You mentioned you're a mother of a toddler, and funnily enough, Dr. Soha and I, हम दोनों के बच्चे बिल्कुल आगे पीछे हुए हैं तो 1.5 year का हम दोनों का बेटा है, हम दोनों के बेटे हैं. So I can very much imagine क्या है live through her life. मुझे पता है आप सुबह वक्त एक औरत की ज़िंदगी का मुश्किल तरीन वक्त होता है, पोस्टपार्टम एंड चाइल्ड प्रेगनेंसी. इंसान के अपनी लाइफ में अपनी सेहत के साथ इतना कुछ हो रहा होता है, आपने अपने लिए एक और सरदर्द क्यों ले ली क्यों ली मतलब and how do you manage it is my question. It's incredibly hard. तो आप reason बता सकती हैं and perhaps tell the audience how you do it?
Okay. Yes, it is quite overwhelming.
थोड़ा सा mic ऊपर कर लें. Thank you.
Yes, it is quite overwhelming. At the start, I was going through postpartum depression at that time. और मुझे काफ़ी दफ़ा I gave up कि मैं नहीं कर सकती, मुझसे नहीं होगा. There was a fear of failure और obviously एक financial risk था, pressure था बहुत ज़्यादा मेरे ऊपर. लेकिन आप एज अ टीम काम करते हो जब, मुझे लगता है घर पे भी बिजनेस में भी, तो आप बाकी लोगों को भी अपॉर्चुनिटी देते हो, खुद भी ज़्यादा अच्छा परफॉर्म करते हो. डोंट ट्राई टू डू एवरीथिंग योरसेल्फ. ठीक है, बाकी लोगों को भी आपको प्रमोट करना चाहिए, बाकी डॉक्टर्स को भी आप इन करो, उनको लेकर आओ, उनको भी अपॉर्चुनिटी प्रोवाइड करो. और फैमिली का सपोर्ट ऑब्वियसली बहुत मैटर करता है. मेरे बेबी को मेरी फैमिली ने संभाला है और बहुत ज़्यादा मुझे सपोर्ट रहा है. माई मदर इज़ लुकिंग आफ्टर माई चाइल्ड फ्रॉम 11 to 9 PM. तो बड़ा मुश्किल होता है, लेकिन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आई एम डूइंग इट. तो विद टाइम आई बिल्ट अ टीम, अपने घर पे भी, अपने क्लिनिक पे भी, जो मेरे साथ चल सके और मुझे सपोर्ट कर सके. तो मैं अपने बेबी को भी ज़्यादा टाइम दे सकूँ इंशाल्लाह इंशाल्लाह।
Thank you, Soha. And Soha ने एक बहुत अच्छा point raise किया that I just want to reiterate to the audience. उसने ये share किया that she has immense family support, and if you've ever been to Aura Clinic, because I go there occasionally, I can vouch कि उधर अक्सर आपको उनके husband नजर आएंगे, इनका साथ देते हुए, कामकाज में साथ देते हुए. They recently expanded, उनके husband उनके मामलात देख रहे होते हैं, construction देख रहे होते हैं. And I recently, she wasn't there actually, I saw her husband and I went up to him. मैंने पूछा कि आप डॉक्टर सोहा के husband हैं? उन्होंने कहा जी. तो मैंने उनको खास कहा मुझे इतना अच्छा लगता है कि आप एज अ टीम मेंबर, आप बल्कि मियाँ बीवी कहते हैं ना एक यूनिट है, बट कई दफ़ा लोग वो प्रैक्टिस नहीं करते कि दोनों माशाल्लाह एक यूनिट बन के अपना काम संभाल रहे होते हैं. अपना ही है दोनों का, ऑब्वियसली व्हेन यू पुट एन एफर्ट दिस वे. सो आई थिंक बिकॉज वो कहते हैं कामयाब आदमी के पीछे औरत का हाथ है, और मेरा तो ये बिलीफ है कि कामयाब औरत के पीछे एक मर्द नहीं, एक पूरी टीम. देयर ओन स्टूडियो एंड रिसेंटली दे एक्सपैंडेड homegrown business. तब all three of them were students too with a medical background and ये. I think तब तो आप शायद A level में थी, आप तो कॉलेज भी नहीं गई थी. तो आप लोगों ने कैसे किया? मतलब कहते ना लोग कहते हैं हम पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, हमारे पास टाइम नहीं है. आप तीनों पढ़ाई कर रही थी and I know them from school. They're all very brilliant, smart, top students. मुश्किल तरीन पढ़ाई कर रही थी. आपने तो एमफिल किया है, बहनें तो डॉक्टर्स हैं. तो कैसे किया आपने, कैसे आपने जगल किया?
ऑनेस्टली इसका जवाब बस इतना मुख्तसर सा है कि बस हो गया. हमें खुद भी नहीं पता कैसे हो गया, बस हो गया. I think the true and the most honest answer for this is that we are a team of 3 people and we had each other to rely on. I don't think I'd be where I am without my sisters and even without my parents, who have been a massive support throughout.
And I
from
think
the
there was a
first
time
day.
when you also had your cousins, by the way. ये
Yeah.
कहाँ है
They
राबिया?
helped us
हाँ.
every step of the
आयशा
way.
किधर है? वो नहीं है, आज जन्नत है, आज फातिमा है.
Exactly. Because they, Jannat, Fatma, Aisha, Ramsha, Rabia, we're a unit. हम पांचों एक unit हैं, and they're my strongest support system. And even, honestly, it was Jannat's idea that you have a talent, you have a nag. Why do you keep on curling people's hair for free? Why do you keep on doing the makeup for free? You know, you should just start charging money. और वो मजाक में एक बात शुरू हुई कि हाँ जी हम लोग तो charge करके करते हैं, और वो client ने हमें pay कर भी दिया. And that was the first 3,000 rupees that we made. And then there was no going back. We knew कि अच्छा ठीक है, this is something, we can use our talent for something, तो फिर why not? And then we kept on starting, and we were very little. पहले तो obviously हम तीनों full-time students थे, and even after we graduated, all of us were full-time employees. Aisha was running बल्कि इमरान इदरीस में, she was running the emergency department. Amsha was working full-time as well. तो हमारा secret to surviving was that we, whenever we needed to be at 2 places at one time, one or the other person would pick up the other's slack. अगर रमशा अवेलेबल नहीं है तो राबिया 2 बंदों का काम भी कर लेगी, और अगर राबिया नहीं है, आयशा भी नहीं है, रमशा तो 3 लोगों का भी काम कर लेगी. तो इस तरह से हो गया. बाकी we had our family immense support and our friends who have been an incredible support, और बल्कि the clients too, who became more like family chairs or a huge setup like we do now. तो तब भी हमें trust करते रहे for their big days. Especially clients like you, जो तीनों setups पे हमारे पास आए हुए हैं. This is like the exactly
डाइनिंग टेबल की चेयर्स
This
के
is
ऊपर.
like the 4th version of Foes, और मैं इतनी grateful हूँ कि clients हमारे साथ first day से stick किए हुए हैं, and they're all. I am so grateful for all of you as well, and to my family. And I think you are all the reason that we were able to manage all of this.
So my third question is to you, Hamna. I believe you started your work immediately after graduation, am I right? So what was it, what was your thought process at the start? Because I know यहाँ पे काफ़ी college students हैं.
All I was very busy. Something written on it every single day. Volunteering, working, university stuff. So coming back, even though it was like COVID, I was like, what do I do with my life now? Like I am back home. वो तो proper that used to hit me like even during my university life कि मैंने वापस जाके करना क्या है. But I always used to say कि work needs to be done back home. Work needs to be done back home. But obviously it was a very random thought. I spoke to my parents. I was like, मैं cafe खोल लूँ. And अब्बू ने कहा ठीक है खोल लो. And it just happened basically. So the shops were available पीछे. It just started और फिर वो nothing. You know when Allah plans and things just start falling into place. And within, I mean, in 2 months we started construction. Like I moved back in November. I decided in December. I get burnt out. मेरी motivation मुक जाती है completely. I opened in COVID. I opened post-COVID. Dine-in किसी दिन खुला है, किसी दिन बंद है. Sialkot, however, like even the concept of a cafe, अभी भी masses में हमारे लोग हैं जिनको समझ नहीं है cafe होता क्या है, एक bakery और cafe में क्या फर्क है. Getting that understood to people, मतलब concept लोगों को समझाना, वो सारी चीजें जाहिर है अभी भी एक complete एक struggle है और रिस्क तो होता ही है और आई थिंक वो आपको उठाना पड़ता है, करना पड़ता है और हिम्मत बस